हेलो बच्चों, ज्योमेट्री की इस क्लास में आपका स्वागतम सुस्वागतम। कैसे हैं बच्चों आप? बच्चों, हमने ज्योमेट्री का एक्सरसाइज 1.1 कंप्लीट किया। मैं आशा करता हूं कि आपको 1.1 पूरी तरह से समझ में आया होगा। इस 1.2 क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, they had made this kind of table and then they say that decide whether segment DE and segment AB is congruent or not. And there are the two more questions of that particular kind, but I'll teach first one and the remaining two will be given as a homework. In practice set 1.1 we had learned how to find out distance between 2 points. Now remember it, distance AB and the length AB is one and the same. Like when we were finding out distance between 2 points, I had given you formula bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. In the same manner here also, once they say that find the length DE, I have to decide between these two, segment DE and segment AB, whether they are congruent or not. So we have to find out their length, and actually to find out their length means the old procedure to find out the distance between these 2 points. So point D, coordinate is already given 7. No need to write a big sentence. Coordinate of point D. No need. Simple method, simple math by Sachin sir. So point D, just mention it. D is equal to 7, E equals to 9, 9 is greater than 7, length DE is equal to bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate, 9 minus 7, we will get answer 2. Now then come to the second part. What is the second part? Segment AB. Segment AB means length of AB we have to find out. Let us see the coordinate of point A. Coordinate of point A is minus 3. Coordinate of point B is 5. And then which number is greater? Definitely, of course, 5 is greater than minus 3. Length AB equals to bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. 5 minus of minus 3. Double minus make it plus. And then it becomes 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3. The answer comes as a 8. Earlier answer was 2. Now they say that compare between these two. Which two? Length DE and length AB. So dear student, you just see here the answer is coming 2. Here is the answer coming 8. Length DE equal to, and then cut it out. Length DE is not equal to length AB is my equation number 3, and this I got it from equation 1 and 2. Length is not equal, and as the length is not equal, segment DE is not congruent to segment AB. Imagine a situation, अगर ऐसा होता, अगर ये दोनों लेंथ इक्वल आ गए होते, तब मैं क्या लिखता? तब मैं लिखता कि ये दोनों सेगमेंट आपस में कॉन्ग्रुएंट हैं। तो यहां पे बच्चों हमने क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 के फर्स्ट सब क्वेश्चन मैंने सॉल्व किया, और 2 सब क्वेश्चन है यहां पे, वो मैं आपको होमवर्क दे रहा हूं। इज दैट क्लियर? अंडरस्टूड? यस। Now come to the question number 2. Question number 2 is very small question, but at the same time it is important question for 2 marks. So let us see what is the question. It has been given, this is a segment AB. Segment means starting and the end point is fixed. Then that will be called as a segment. In this segment AB, M is the midpoint. Midpoint means dividing segment AB into 2 equal parts. Like I have rupees 10, I have to divide between 2. How much it will be? Each one will get rupees 5. In the same manner, segment AB is given 8. M is the midpoint. Then they were asking us find out the length AM. So you can say that yes sir, it's very simple. It's very simple. 8 divided by 2, answer comes as a 4. But dear student, how to write the answer in steps, that I am teaching to you. Point M is the midpoint of segment AB, already given in the textbook. Just copy it. AB equals to 8. This is also given. Copy it. And then what about length AM? Length AM will be half of the length AB. That means length AM is equal to 1 by 2 into length AB, or length AB divided by 2. Put the value. Length AB value is 8. And then go to the table of 2. 2 1 ja 2. 2 4 ja 8. In that way I got it. Length AM is equal to 4. Then to understand, to practice a good presentation skill, we have to always mention the answer. Always follow this technique, dear student. This technique will boost your percentage. So length, again you have to write the same thing. Length AM is equal to 4. They had not mentioned centimeter, meter, nothing has been mentioned. I will say that length AM is equal to 4 unit. Put it into the box, mention it as an answer, and this manner question number 2 has been completed. Then we come to the question number 3. Question number 3 is exactly similar to question number 2, but it has been asked in the reverse manner. How it is asked in the reverse manner? Like see here, if AM is 4, then AB is how much? You can say that sir, AB will be 8. So like that way it has been asked in the reverse manner. Let us see. CD is there. They had given point P is the midpoint of segment CD. CP, once P is the midpoint of segment CD, that means CP is equal to PD. Then they had given, dear student, CP is how much? 2.5. So oral only we can find out the answer. If CP is 2.5, PD will be also how much? 2.5. And then total will be how much? 2.5 plus 2.5. It becomes 5. But we have to understand what is the correct technique of presenting the answer. So these things you have to copy from the textbook. Straightforward. Point P is the midpoint of segment CD. CP equals to 2.5 given. Then they say that find out length CD. Length CD is equal to double. Double means twice. 2 into length CP. 2 multiplied by 2.5. 2 multiplied by 2.5 will get the answer 5. And then mention it here unit. So this way we have solved question number 3 also. We have solved question number 2 also. Let me clear one more thing, dear student. If you don't want to draw this diagram, it will be well and good. It is okay. If you mention this much part only as an answer, it is okay. If you draw the diagram, again it is okay. Now coming to the question number 4. Question number 4 is again a very basic kind of question. They had given AB is equal to, once I am talking about AB, AB means length of segment AB is how much? 5 centimeter. BP is 2 centimeter. AP is 3.4 centimeter. Question is telling that compare between these line segment. Compare means what? Which one is a greater? Which one is a smaller? So, dear student, a simple method is arrange these numbers in the decreasing order, descending order. So, greatest to the smallest. Greatest length is 5. Then comes to the 3.4. Then comes to 2. 5 stand for AB. 3.4 stand for AP. And 2 stand for BP. So I can say AB is greater than AP is greater than BP. Then there is one more possibility. Somebody writes this as a final answer. Someone writes this as a final answer. Both answers are one and the same and it is 100% correct. Means In the second way, we can write in the reverse manner and we'll change the sign. That means ascending order. Smaller to bigger. Smallest is BP, then comes to the AP, then comes to the AB. BP is greater than AB. BP is smaller than AP and AP is smaller than AB. In this manner, we had completed question number 3 also. Hope you are able to understand the concept. Now let us see the next question of practice set 1.2, question number 5. Simple question based on this figure. It has been asked, based on this figure, write the answer. The first question is that write the name of opposite ray of ray RP. How we have to write the answer? Just remove this right. And the answer comes. The name of opposite ray of ray RP. Let me first clear what we mean by ray. Ray means set of points, collection of points whose first point is fixed and second point is extended unlimited. Right? So ray RP. Just see this diagram. Ray RP begins from ray, this point R, then point P, and then it has been extended. They were asking opposite to this. So what will be the opposite? You just see from R to opposite side. Just move to the opposite side. Put this point R as a common. R to P on the right side. Then on the left hand side, what you can say? R to S. Else, one more answer. Ray RS, or one can say ray RT. So is that clear? We have to see that point R. From point R, I am moving to the right side, RP. And then on exactly opposite left hand side, what comes? RS, or we can also say RT. Then see the question number 2. The intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP. Dear student, you have studied the union and intersection in algebra section, lesson number 1. Then also I am telling you the intersection. Intersection means common between the two. Common between these two ray. Which are these two ray? Ray PQ and ray RP. Let us see the diagrams. Ray PQ begins from P going towards the Q. This is the PQ. And then they say that RP, starting from R and then moving ahead. So what is common? What is common? Common, this R to Q and then this P to Q. What is the common? PQ. And then extended further, extended to anything is called as a ray. So what is the union say? Intersection of these two? Intersection of these two is a ray PQ. That means common between these two. Understood, dear student? Come to the third sub question. Write the union set. Union set of ray PQ and ray QR. Ray PQ. See the ray PQ begins from P and moving ahead. Q and then anything. Then another ray is ray QR from Q going to R. And then what is the union? Union means in the two sets, you have already studied the union and intersection. Union, we have to apply the concept of union and then we have to take everything. The bigger among these is from Q, move to the right side and then it has been extended beyond. It will be called as a ray QR. Now come to the fourth one. The ray of which, say QR is a subset. The ray of which seg QR is a subset. Again it is a sets wording from the lesson sets. We have decided set, subset, proper subset and all other things. In a simple words, subset means part of the bigger set. Like Mumbai is a set, then I can say Sain Koliwada is a subset of Mumbai. In the same manner, you apply this knowledge over here. What is the question has been asked? The ray of which seg QR, segment QR is a subset. So segment QR is a subset of, just change the word. What you can say? Segment QR is a subset of ray QR and ray RQ. Every segment, remember it, every segment is a subset of that particular ray. So my answer is ray QR and ray RQ. Let us move to the question number, sub question 5. Pair of opposite ray with a common endpoint R. Now just you put this R, highlight it R, and then you have to write pair. Pair means two ray which have common endpoint R. So which are the common endpoint R? Ray RQ. From R move to the right side, ray RQ, and the second one from R you have to move on the left hand side, ray RT. So here I am getting the two answer, ray RQ and ray RT. Hope you are understanding nicely. Now come to the sub question 6. Any two ray with the common endpoint S. Now mark the point S. The point S has a importance over here because they say that any two ray with the common endpoint S. So which are that? From S move to the right side. One can say that SR, one can say SP, one can say SQ, many more. And then on the left side, ray ST. So here there are the many options. One can say ray SR, one can say ray SP, one can say ray SQ on the right side. On the left to the S, ray ST. Now come to the last sub question 7. The intersection set of ray SP and ray ST. Dear student, again and again I am explaining the concept of sets. In that you have learned intersection. Intersection means common between them. So which two ray are here? The two ray are SP and ST. As the name suggests, S begins from S moving to P and then beyond P also. And then another one is ray ST, begins with the S moving towards T. Now my dear student, you have visualized that among these two rays, what is a common? There is a common letter S. Letter S means a point. In my first lecture only I explained point is represented by letter of English alphabet. So what is a common between them? Common is intersection and intersection is point S. The intersection set of ray SP and ray ST is point S. So in this way we completed question number 5. Now let us come to the last question of practice set 1.2. Here is a question number 6. You have seen a number line. You are very well know the concept of number line. From the first concept itself is based on number line. So let us see here. Here few numbers are missing, few letters are missing, that all I had completed. See here, origin 0, A, then towards right side of this number line positive integer, left hand side negative integers. The very simple questions they were asking. Now you tell me, very simple question. They were telling us the point which are equidistant from point B. Point B equidistant means you have to underline this point B, and then you move on the right side, you move as well as left side. So point B, one number on the right side, one number on left side. So the point which are equidistant from point B are, which are the point? Point F and on the left side, point F and point E. Understood, dear student? One more. You can say point, one more ahead. After F, what comes? Point C and point here on this side. Point O. 0 represented by A. You can take one more. Which are that? point V and point T. Similarly, you can get one more, but 3 is more than enough. Equidistance means equal distance. That point you mark this point B, and then one left side, one right side. So which are the point on the right side? F, left side E. Then again next one, point C, point E. Then again point V and point T. Point D on the right side, point P on the left hand side. Understood, dear student? Very much clear? Crystal clear concept? Yes. Similar question is sub question second of main question 6. A pair of point equidistance from point Q. Let us highlight the point Q. You have seen point Q? As I told you, one letter on the right of Q, one letter on the left of Q. Come on, tell me. Your answer is a pair of points equidistance from point Q are point, come on, which is the point? Point L and point U. One more. After L coming P. So I say that point P, and on the right side point P, and on the left hand side U. After U, what comes? R. Point P and point R. So these two are the answer. Point L and point U. Point L comes on the right side, point U comes on the left hand side of Q, and then second equidistant point P on the right side, R on the left hand side. You can say, sir, we can take the third point. No, dear student, because on the left hand side there is no number mentioned over here. These two are more than sufficient. Now, then third concept of this lesson. Last sub question of main question number 6 is the same question from where we begin our practice set 1.1. Practice set 1.1, question number 1, and practice set 1.2, main question 6, sub question 3 is one and the same, but still I'll explain it to you. They say that find out the distance UV. I repeat it again and again. Distance and the length are one and the same thing, and to find out distance we have to subtract smaller coordinate from bigger coordinate. That means bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. So let us see the 2 points U and V. Coordinate of point U, find out from here. Coordinate of point U is -5. Coordinate of point V from here +5. Definitely +5 is greater than -5. Apply the concept. Apply the formula of distance. Bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. 5 minus of -5. Double minus, minus into minus become plus. 5 plus 5, answer comes as a distance UV equals to 10, or you can simply mention it as a 10 unit. One more I'll explain it to you. There are the 4 sub question. Out of that, the last one UL. Find the distance UL. Again, coordinate of point U -5. Coordinate of point L -3. Definitely, in case of negative integers, smaller negative integers is greater and bigger negative integer is smaller. So -3 is greater than -5. Apply the same formula. Bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. Bigger is -3. Minus of -5. Minus into minus, that become plus. And then this changes to 5 minus 3. Answer comes as a 2. So dear student, in this manner, we completed our practice set 1.2